Hi guys, welcome back to another Languages with Danny video, and as per the title, I have reached 1000 hours, okay, doing Spanish. So this is where it gets really juicy. I think this is about B2 level. So I'm just gonna tell you, what you can expect, or my kind of experience at least, with how fluent I am in Spanish at 1000 hours. So let's start. Firstly, can I read? So, yes, I can read, but it takes me quite a long time to read, okay? So, with like a normal book, like in English, which is my native language, I can read like 10 pages in under 10 minutes, let's say. I'm just throwing it out there, like rough ballpark, I don't know. I'm a fast reader. Whereas with Spanish, if I'm reading a Spanish book, or I can read 2 pages, but it will take me 5 minutes, okay? So I'm a lot slower, and I have to still, like, if it's like a normal book, like targeted towards like adults, where Spanish is their native tongue, I'm looking up the words every 10 seconds, okay? Well, not every 10 seconds, but I will definitely come across multiple words where I just don't know the meaning. If there's slang in the book, I'm not gonna know. I wouldn't say that at this stage I can read yet. Like how you just take up a book and you just read it like I would an English book. I'm not at that level at all yet. I don't know if it's gonna change if I reach 1500 hours, but at this stage I can't read. I'm sure if I pick up like a beginner book, so books targeted towards maybe tweens, kids, I could probably read that a bit easier, but adult level books, I'm not at the stage where I can just read and flick through the pages at all. I'm still looking at words. It's still hard for me. So yeah, I wouldn't say I can read just yet. Can I understand? So can I listen? So actually, I was with native speakers just 3 days ago, and I can understand pretty much like 95% of what they're saying. Unless it's filled with loads of slang, I can pretty much follow the conversation. Like, if they speak in Spanish, or if someone switches to Spanish, I can follow along quite easily. So I would say that I can understand Spanish. These people were from Spain. I was understanding, I could follow along. If there's a lot of slang thrown in there, that's where it gets very difficult for me, and it's where I'm like, oh, actually, no, I can't pick up on that just yet. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much, I'm getting there, and I would say that I'm almost there, 95% of the way there. I think if I just pick up on a few more words and a bit more slang, I think I'll be there really. So yeah, because obviously reading there's going to be a lot more literary terms, a lot more, prose like flowery expressions a lot of the time, whereas with conversation you're hearing a lot of the common words. So if your vocabulary is pretty much set, which I think it would be at this point, if you know like 5,000-6,000 words, like you're gonna be there, you're gonna be able to be dropped in Spain, or the Canary Islands, or Argentina or something, and be able to just understand. Like I'm watching Spanish shows on Netflix just with the Spanish subtitles, and I'm following along just fine. I can understand what they're saying. There's no issue there for me, so it's all absolutely fine where that's concerned, which is cool. Like, it's really cool. So yeah, can I write? So I've not really tried this one too much. I've not tried writing a poem or something in Spanish or something like that, but I would say I'm not really there either. To be able to write, you need to be able to speak, which I'm coming up to. Like, I can try to write, but it's riddled with errors a lot of the time, because I was trying to talk to ChatGPT actually, and ChatGPT kept correcting me. And obviously ChatGPT might not be the most like reliable thing, but it's pretty bang on a lot of the time. And it just shows that I have a long way to go when it comes to writing or texting and things like that. I get conjugation wrong, or I can't remember the word or something like that. The word order's mixed up, like it's a mess when it comes to writing. So no, I can't write still. I wouldn't trust myself to write anything. I'm not at that level where I can write. And lastly, can I speak? Am I able to join in the conversation? So no, which is disappointing, because you expect that at 1000 hours B2 kind of level, right, that you would be able to speak. But in my case, I'm not speaking for anyone else, but in my case, I am not there with speaking. I find that because I can't yet still think in Spanish, I can't speak in Spanish. Because I can't speak in Spanish, I can't write in Spanish. It's kind of like a link, it's like a chain. And I think for me, the problem is I have a lot of vocabulary now, but I still can't wrap my head around the grammar and the conjugation. It is a bit weird. I'm at a bit of a weird crossroads, because I can understand perfectly fine when other people speak it, but when I'm trying to speak, it's a different story. And I think it's because obviously it's two different skills, so you have to kind of speak more to be able to build that skill. But it's a bit of a catch-22, because if I'm still struggling to speak, then it's going to be hard for me to speak, which means that it's going to be hard for me to build up that skill. But I think my problem is that, yeah, my grammar is just all over the place, my word order is just all over the place, and I'm still thinking in English to then try to convert it into Spanish, which is just a mess, because you can't do that. It's two different languages, so it's going to result in you just sounding bad. Point blank. So I wouldn't say I can't speak at all. I think it's very difficult for me to speak. And even though, you know, in real life situations, if someone else is speaking, you know, and I'm following along the conversation and I know exactly what they're saying, if they turn to me and they're like, what's your opinion, or do you have anything to say, I'm not going to be able to express myself the way I want to, or even express myself really at all. I still really struggle with speaking. So overall, am I fluent? I wouldn't say I'm fluent at all. I would say that obviously B2 is not fluent, that's C2, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm even close. I would need a lot more time. So I'm excited to crack down on it and get to 1500 hours and then update you all and see where I am at. And even after that, I'm going to be doing updates. But yeah, for the purposes of this video, am I fluent in Spanish? The answer is no, absolutely not. I think my most strongest skill is definitely listening, is understanding. I can do that fine. And yeah, the rest of it is an absolute travesty. And I'm just gonna keep working on it and keep going really, and keep, you know, just accumulating those hours, because that's all you can do at this stage. In reality, it would take you about like 10,000 hours to be anywhere near as good, right? But you know, I'm going by Dreaming Spanish's metrics, which they say 1500 hours until you can move on to your next language, which my next language is going to be French. So if you want to see my updates on that, stick around, press subscribe, like the video, that helps me out. I'm nowhere near fluent, I'm nowhere near native level, but I've definitely come a long way in terms of being able to understand and feeling like I'm getting closer at being fluent in Spanish. That is me being brutally honest. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you made it this far, leave a comment, let me know how far along you are with your Spanish journey, what are the challenges that you're finding, what are your successes, and just let me know here. If you have any questions for me, then leave them in the comments. I always read the comments. I always will, reply. So yeah, and thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.